Hi y'all, my name is TaylorAnne and welcome to my Little Creative Life. In today's video, I wanted to give you a flip through of my number 2 composition book. I already have a flip through of the first volume and I've just been obsessed with these composition books ever since. I've already started and have almost completed number 3 and I've already started number 4. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to see more of these like composition books. I am just obsessed. And this one is about 99% done. There's probably a little bit more that I could do to it, but I wanna film and move on, honestly. Because like I said, I'm already almost done with number 3. I'm just waiting for a few photos. And then number 4 is like my October and Orlando trip, and I'm still waiting for photos. So this one has been kind of pretty much completed for a while now, and it started out as gonna be like a very painty, messy kind of journal, just of like patterns and backgrounds. I wasn't gonna use it for collage or journaling, but just like painting and messiness. It evolved and it changed a little bit, but you can kind of see that really like rough vibe. This one is not my favorite, and I feel like as I keep doing more and more, like each one just becomes my favorite one. So I'm just obsessed, so obsessed that I've been doing about one every 2 months or every month, which is just amazing. I'm obsessed. Anyways, let's get into this number 2 volume. I just buy these composition books in bulk, but they're super inexpensive and they're just so freeing and so creative. So I wanted to add like the volume on the front cover of the book. I also have been like dating and numbering the spines so that one day when they're all sitting like on a shelf together, you'll be able to see them. This one has like a rubber band on it because I was thinking that it kind of helps keep them like closed and secure, and just trying to like flatten them out a little bit, because when I use them, I fill them up. I fill them up real good. So having this like little rubber band on there to keep things tidy and to kind of scrunch it down a little bit, it just kind of helps. So that's what these little rubber bands are for on the spine. And I added some of the stickers from my shop. These are like the hand-drawn bugs and just some Dymo label. Like I said, I thought this was going to be more of a painty background, so it's very messy and wild and rough. But I love it. I added some washi tapes, and then on the back, this is like a QR code to my Instagram. And I thought it would be cool to like do a QR code of like this flip through video. That way if you like scan it, you can see the flip through and commentary blah 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 of this journal. So I may do like another little QR code sticker and put it on here, one for my Instagram and then one for the flip through of this video. I don't know, I might put it at the end or something. I thought that would be interesting. I don't know, kind of combining the digital and the physical. So I'm gonna get into it and get started. I like leaving the front and back covers kind of plain. I don't know, I just really like this look. So I don't usually cover it, I just kind of leave it blank. I have been adding this like little sigil to the beginning of my journals just to kind of protect them and like set the intentions, because I do share my journals on the internet, but I do think journaling can be very like private and therapeutic. So it just kind of, I don't know, protects my journals and sets the intentions. And sometimes the front page is, you know, I just leave it blank and I'm like, oh, I'll come back to it. And I never really come back to it because I don't know what to put here. So I'm just gonna leave it blank, and that is totally fine with me. Like I said, this journal is a lot more like painty, messy, painter's tape, and just kind of wild. This was a little note I had taped to my mirror for the longest time when I was like struggling and I needed to hear that. And then I just did some collage and journaling about COVID. This page is wild and messy and I think a little bit too much. But I added some like stickers from my shop and some collage. Oh, he's just so cute. But this one is a mess. This page I kind of really like. I just did like tribal linear triangles. And then I spray sealed the background, and then I just added this kind of Bill Gravity Falls collage on top. Simple, but effective. This is kind of like messy watercolor paint background. I also spray sealed it just to try and see what these journals can really hold up to. I added some collage out of a magazine, more kind of animal texture. My style guide is just wearing whatever you want to. This is one of my favorite pages. I think it like mixes the collage and the art really well, and I just really like stripes. I think it's really simple, not really completed, but I'm trying to come to terms with not doing like the most on all of the pages. And I really like stripes. I think the binder paper, linear lines, just really inspire very linear designs. I kind of want to get away from that and experiment, but it's very evident. This one is more kind of a painty watercolor, and then there's like scribbles, and then there's paint, and then there's collage. I just added this like mantra over here on the side that completely worked for me. Be careful with this one because it is powerful. And I just added this like pretty collage from a magazine that I tried to incorporate into the page a little bit. I wanted to do kind of the same thing over here. I just need to find another mantra. I'm just like cautious now because this one was so powerful. I need to find another really good one to add to this page. But this page doesn't really feel completed, but I kind of like it, you know, it's kind of cute. Maybe I'll go back and finish it one day. Probably not. This page is just madness, mess. It's paint and collage and more paint and packaging. I really like using tickets and stars, blue, yellow, red. Here's more of a like circular kind of design. It doesn't really feel completed, like there's no focal point, but if you can see this like metallic stenciling, oh, I love it. And it's textured and it's shiny. So I love this page so much. I added these little tabs. I'm not sure if I'm gonna, I don't know. I kind of like having little things hanging out of the side of my journal. It's just fun. It makes you wanna like look through it. This page is a mess. I added some packaging from some new bakeware that I got. Feel like I should go back in and do these letters or something. This journal was just really messy, like do a lot of art and just go through pages really fast in these composition books. So I don't mind filling it up with like just a full page magazine spread. Like that's enough for me. I even add in like more magazine pages. I decided that for food specific things, because I would never be able to find the recipe for these potatoes if I were looking for it by having to search through all of my different volumes of composition books. I would rather just, you know, Google the recipe. So instead, I thought that I would compile all of my like recipes and cooking into their own composition book because like I said, I'm obsessed with composition books. So I had this one in my stash and I'm like, what am I gonna do with a blue composition book? Because I'm really gonna try and keep it to like the black and white. I love it. I think it's so pretty. So I'm like, it would just stick out. What am I gonna do with this one? So I decided to use it for all of my recipes and cooking and any magazine like cutouts, recipes that I want to save will all be compiled in one spot. I can print off recipes from the internet and easily be able to reference them. It even has like the conversion table here in the back, which is just perfect for like baking and cooking. And I thought this blue one was just so fitting because my great grandpa was, you know, an amazing chef. They were Portuguese, and he wrote this recipe book. It has been passed down through the generations, and it's called the Blue Book. So I just thought it was so serendipitous that I had this extra composition book sitting in my drawer, and I wanted to use it for cooking. And it matched kind of my great grandpa's blue book. And this, like I said, has been passed down through the generations. It's like falling apart. It's taped together. There's a bunch of copies of the recipes because they were sent to like everyone in the family. But I do have the originals. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna have to try one day some of these recipes. I think that's Amazon. Yay! Sorry, distracted. Squirrel! Anyways, this is the inspiration for this blue composition book. My great grandpa's blue book full of authentic cultural recipes. And this just sits on my counter with my Betty Crocker cookbook, and I can reference it whenever I need to because I usually make myself like a loaf of bread every week or two, so I can just have this at easy access, and I can have a composition book in my kitchen, which just brings me so much joy. So I wanted to share that with y'all really fast and kind of explain that any like further cooking stuff will be in its own composition book. I probably won't share that one too much because I'm not a great cook. I just wanted to share that this is more creative kind of stuff and that one is more cooking kind of stuff. This one is just more pretty inspiration. I love me a White House with black accents or any sort of accents, dark accents. This kind of collage, I go for color themes, similar color themes, so that the images kind of go together. This was just a messy packing camping list and a bunch of messy journaling. I'll just go in, and I love the background of this, do like a messy watercolor, and then whenever I feel like it, so August 4th, August 10th, I'll go in and word vomit journal. I love how this looks, and it's a good way to kind of get your feelings out, but not having it be a blank page. This one I did like a washi tape border, highlighted some book titles I thought were interesting. More of that journaling just kind of went on to this page, but then the rest was just left blank, so I filled it up with some collage from my local newspaper, some little notes and doodads and thingamajigs, flippies, and little pockets full of goodies. I feel like this is one of those like tactile books that you give to babies, where everything like flips and there's little fun interactive elements like this adorable little card with my grand's handwriting in it. It's just so cute. So I had to save that. I saved the envelope that it came in, and I can just slide it in there along with this beautiful I don't even know, this beautiful image that's like painted. I don't know, it's sprayed. It's just gorgeous from Pen Pal. I've had it forever. I just never knew what to do with it because it was so beautiful. So I'm just gonna keep it. Cute stickers from my stash and a page that never got finished. This was supposed to be like an homage to my parents. I have these tattoos. Can you see? It's kind of awkward. There's the mountains for my mom and the ocean for my dad, but that one never got completed, and we're just gonna go with it and
call it a unconscious representation of my absolute father.
Anyways, this page I think is cute. Maybe I'll come back and finish it, but yeah, it's just inspired by my tattoos. So cute, love it. Wish I would have completed the page because I feel like it's kind of lacking at this moment. There's like a little secret journaling spot down here that I can use to write out my feelings, which I obviously have about the situation. And this next page is kind of messy. It has some collage from a garden magazine. Pretty inspiration. I went for another like Polaroid kind of style, but it's kind of lost because this page is just so messy. I added some collage from some seeds that I have in my garden that I'm growing, and more stars kind of collaged over some paint. This page doesn't really feel done. I don't know what to do with it though, so we're just gonna leave it. More collage with some sneaky little journaling areas. And this is just straight out of the magazine. And I left this page just blank. Like I said, I'm trying to embrace negative space. And I love yellow, especially like this yellow border, just very National Geographic. This is like the stencil that I used earlier in the book. This one, isn't it so pretty? I love it. I used the same one with some like spray mist and just did this fun background and then did some journaling. Look at the giant date stamp. I love it. Obviously I had a lot to journal about because I just kept going, and then I Mod Podged this napkin and right into the book. I think it's really pretty. Super pretty. This is some like 4th of July decorations with, I believe these are wall decals from the dollar store. And I thought I would do some like journaling about the Goober election, but I never got around to it. So that's just in there. More collage things kind of based on colors. So this was like out of the magazine and I just added some like washi tapes, and then this was like junk mail and I just added some washi tapes and then filled the like lines with some notes from a podcast. And this is one of my favorite pages. I don't know if it's like the colors, but I just love the combination of collage with like art and notes or quotes. Again, I really like the colors, like orange and blue, it just look gorgeous. And yeah, this is what I would like my journals to transition into, kind of collage mixed with art, mixed with journaling. But I do like having spaces just for like writing and spaces just for collage. This one's kind of rainbow. I like the combination of, again, collage and art. And I could have done journaling here if I had something to say, but this one got kind of crinkly, which is kind of annoying. But I ended up Mod Podging this tracing paper, which I think is either from my mom or my grandma, but it's just so cute. It's like the little Peanuts characters. So I Mod Podged that in there, and that's what made this page super crinkly. But you can see it's kind of sealed on there. I added some more like stationery stickers, ephemeras kind of around the corners. But yeah, that's a simple page and it's cute and it just brings me memories. This one, I painted the background and then I just collaged a bunch of the same colored things on this page. It ended up having to do with food, it seems like. I love the sparkly food and I would love a pair of red rain boots. Anyways, kind of random collage. More journaling, watercolor background, so you can kind of disguise the journaling, especially if you write in like a red pen or something. It would be really hard to read this, which is kind of the goal when I share my private journaling pages on the internet. Kind of vulnerable. I don't necessarily, you know, want people to read that. Not that there's anything, whatever, all that exciting. I just try and like hide it a little bit with flip outs from magazines. I just thought this like sunset picture was so pretty. So yeah, it kind of hides the journaling along with the watercolor in the background, kind of makes it harder to read also. And it's just pretty, like look at that fun, whoops, look at that fun watercolor background, and you can just like journal over it, no pressure. I use like a little whiteout tape runner and distinguish the different days. If I do a lot of journaling, more collage, kind of nautical summer themed. More collage from comics. I just had these comic strips that I added. Then in the blank space, I made my own little like boxes. These are stamps. And then this was a little cartoon I copied from This Is Also You. I am Goon, over the moon, love those cartoons, this is my tune. On repeat. Love it. Okay, this is one of my favorite pages. I just like the black and white and yellow. And this was also one of my favorite pages. I like the combination of collage and art. So I like sealed this one just so I could preserve the integrity. I like the colors, I like the collage. I just think it's cute. I love sunflowers. I love sunflowers. Love it. A mandala. I love mandalas. So this is kind of inspired by my wall tapestry. There we go. But I remember that my pen kept dying, so this page, I'm not thrilled about it, but I think it looks pretty. Another kind of pretty page. I like the combination of collage and art. I'm not sure if it turned out well, but I love the layering of tickets and the colors. These are kind of the messy paint colors that were in the shed, so I was just kind of working with what I had. And this page doesn't really feel done, but I love it. I love this background. I should probably scan it and copy it. And then I found this picture of Anya Taylor, and my name is TaylorAnne, and she just looks gorgeous. And look at that background. It like almost matches perfectly my background. So she's just looking like a queen on this page. And even though it doesn't feel done, this is one of my like favorite backgrounds. This is one of my least favorite pages. There's like collage painting, messy strokes in the background, and then I just tried to cover it with more stuff and it just kept making it worse. There's even like a pocket here. Oh, look at all that shiny, and this glitter falls off, so I'm not even gonna take it out of the pocket. This is just one of my least favorite pages. Oh well, it's fine, it happens. Here's another kind of collage page mixed with lots of like florals. Sticker from my Etsy shop with some stationery and doggos. Look at how cute they are. I love it. Okay, more collage of some pretty placemats. So cute. Love it. I love painter's tape, so I use it often. I used this little tags from some REI gear. More journaling, word vomit, and I had a lot to say, so I just wrote over it with a different colored pen. Highlighted some important things.
I don't know, quote unquote important.
And used like a washi tape border. Just kind of a fun way to do a journaling page. Another one of those traced tracing sheets from like of the Peanuts characters. And I love this one because it's got Snoopy on it. And I just wrote Honey because that's my dog's name. And I added this dog sticker and a bunch of little notes on Honey, especially when she got skunked. Oh, Lord help that dog. I also really like this page, like the combination of collage from the magazine, collage from like my life of like hair dye. and mixed with like stationery supplies like this washi tape and then journaling. So I like how this page turned out. More collage, just kind of went with a color theme of greens and neutrals. And we're stuck. This last page had a little bit of paint in the background, so I just did some collage over it. Receipts and random stuff. One of the last pages I turned into a pocket just by like gluing the edges and the bottom of the page together and then cutting it at a diagonal. And I just like having all of the things that I collect and random bits of like paper and stuff that I might use or might, I don't know, want to reference. I just like collecting everything and having them in a pocket and easy access. I didn't really decorate the pocket much other than painting it, labeling it. And then I thought I would use this last page as journaling. I just did a little bit of doodles with some packaging and washi tape and paints and inks and sprays and prettiness, and then it never happened. Because usually the last page in my journals is for like testing out different pens. For testing out different pens and just like scribbling and making sure that the pens work. And so, I don't know, this page is just gonna be left blank. And I have my little hidden Mickey back here. I've been trying to add a hidden Mickey to the end of my books lately. And like I said, I like to keep little pockets at the back of the book. So this one was filled with like little stickers and stuff that I was using, but now it's just filled with like receipts and gift cards and tags off of clothing and stuff like that. So that's it. There she is. That was a long video and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you hung in there with me. If you did, thank you so much. Like I said, please make sure you are subscribed if you want to see the next versions. Number 3 is a chunkster. There is a lot of collage in this one though, but I used it as my monthly planner for September. This one is October, the one we are currently working on. And yeah, I can't wait to share them with you, and I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know down in the comments if you also love composition books, because I'm just obsessed and it feels good to be creatively inspired again. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching this video, and until I see y'all in the next one, stay creative. Bye y'all.